Alright guys, how's it going? So in this video we're at the Three Sisters circuit in Wigan, driving the Renault Clio track car. Yeah, so let's get into it. So this is my first lap after my warm-up lap. So yeah, I'll just do a little bit of commentary, if there's anything interesting to tell you. So the track's nice and dry now. At the start of the day it was raining, so my lap times were about 5 seconds faster now. Tyres should be at an optimum temperature now as well. If anyone's interested, the lap timer I'm using is a Racebox Mini, which is paired to my iPhone, and I have the split times displayed on the screen. So there's a shot of inside the car, trying to keep it nice and smooth. We seem to be pretty well seated in these seats, not really moving around very much. Yeah, so we're really on the edge of grip here, pushing the car to its limit, to be fair. So yeah, in the dry we were getting good grip, but when it was raining we couldn't hit that flat out. Same in this section up here, I was pretty much flat out up here, just lifting ever so slightly there. This is the tricky corner. It's quite hard to scrub enough speed off to hit the apex, but I've got it pretty nailed there, to be fair. Again, you're drifting right out to the edge of the track there, right on the edge of grip, hitting the limiter and then just trying to get the braking done and hit the apex. Tiny dab of the brake just to get the car to turn in a little bit tighter, keeping it smooth. I actually spun there on that section of track earlier in the day when it was raining. I just held the throttle on just a little bit too much and couldn't quite hit the braking point. Yeah, we're really well seated in this car. The seats are holding us well. Did actually get a little bit of a sore left rib by the end of the day from all the right hand corners just pushing us out to the side of the seat. It's quite a small track, it's only a minute lap, well, a minute free. Hopefully I can get it down to a minute one day, maybe if I got some new tyres and sorted the brakes, because we did get a little bit of brake fade. I've got the 6-point harness on there as well, which is really holding me in the seat. There we go, so just hitting the limiter again, but it's actually faster to do that rather than shift up to third and then back down to second. You might as well just bounce it off the limiter really and just focus on getting the car turning in. There we go, hitting the limiter again, and then just hitting the brake ever so slightly, getting the car turning in. You've got to be careful on that section of track, because at this track it's really thin, so you don't have much runoff either, so you have to be really careful. You don't want to go sideways up in that top section. It's actually a really technical track, to be fair. You brake in, you're having to drop down the gear, turn in tight, there's a lot of gear changes. Yeah, tricky little track. Just a little dab there just to try and get the car to turn in, get it to rotate. And this is actually really heavy on the brakes, you can't really tell from inside the car. really got to slam on and turn in. This is a fun bit of track, pretty much wide open in third gear now, and you just leave it in third for the whole straight. Little tap of the brake, okay, to turn in, push to the outside of the track, dab of the brake, try not to lock the wheels, turning in, and this is really heavy braking into second. We just got to hit that apex. It's easy to go wide there because it's going downhill as well. There you go, trying to hit the apex, scrubbing to the outside, leave it in second, limiter, hard on the brakes, again getting that apex and just getting on the gas nice and early and not going too wide onto the grass. Yeah, it's an intense little circuit when you're out there. It does get really hot in the car. Just needs that little bit. If we just had a little bit of a longer second gear, we'd probably be a couple of seconds quicker around this track. We're definitely losing time there just hitting the limiter. I could potentially try third gear around those sections to see if it helps, but I'm not too sure. But with the lap timer I can practice that next time. So yeah, heavy braking, you don't want to end up in those tyres. Get that cone, power out, nice consistent laps. This is tricky as well, braking, gear, turning in, got to carry your speed. Really easy to brake a bit late for that. You've got to get on the brakes early and get the apex and get back on the power early. It's easy to mess up that corner and lose time. And that section's important. You've got to slow right down for the first part, so you're going to carry all your speed through the bends. So that's it, over to the left, cutting into the right, full gas now, into third, wide open. Don't really know why I keep going for the gears there. So we're nearly actually locking up there, heavy braking. Maybe I don't actually need to brake so aggressive, but because it's a little bit sketchy, that top bit, I didn't really fancy sort of carrying too much speed and ended up having a high speed crash, to be honest. This track is just so thin. Perfect for the Clio, to be fair. So a little touch of the brakes, get it to rotate. Where you just got to be smooth and flowy and try and keep speed. So yeah, hit the brakes, get the car turning, not too much throttle there or you won't hit that second cone. And there we go, full throttle straight up to third, pretty consistent again. So yeah, you can probably see from the footage I've not actually locked the exposure, so it's kind of focusing on us in the car rather than the track. So the next time we go, it's going to be a lot better in the footage. There we go, heavy braking. Car's holding up really well. The brakes just lost a little bit of their bite, but again, I could have probably done another 10 laps quite consistent. Great car, this Clio. Yeah, you see there, I'm just running ever so slightly wide. Really, I need to get on the brakes earlier, hit the apex, and then I'm on the power earlier. I'm going to carry a little bit more speed on that second straight. Looking at the delta, I'm pretty consistent through there, but it's this part of the track that I start losing time. I'm looking at my delta now, and I'm just going down and down and down, probably going to go into the red. So that's down on time on my best lap of the session. And this top section here as well, I'm losing even more time. There's half a second so far. I've just noticed I probably could have gone a little bit wider to the left of the track and cut in, use more track. So that's a pointer for next time I go. So these are 103s, but ideally I want to be consistently hitting 102s with a fast 101. I don't think the car's capable of under a minute, to be honest. So I actually drove here and did a time attack day the other week, and they didn't actually have the cones on the S-bends there, and I could sort of mount the curb quite high, so I was probably half a second up last time I was here. Obviously I don't want to hit the cones on a day like this, but I could actually drive more aggressive last time, and it definitely was faster as well. So there we go, hard braking, scrubbing the speed, getting the apex. A lot of people go wide there, then you just lose all your speed for the straight. So that's a late turn in, and there we go. That's it, got the fastest lap there. It's not the fastest lap of the day, but fastest lap of the session on the last lap. And if I can do that on the last, I should really be consistently doing that, because the brakes were fading a little bit. But yeah, that's it guys, thanks for watching.
That was some consistent driving, right?